Join me right now on Kumite TV is UFC featherweight prospect Julio Arce. What's going on, Julio?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Now let's first get into your teammate Shane Burgos. He went out to Ottawa and outclassed Cub Swanson. Huge win, probably the biggest win of his career. What did you think of his performance, and how was the gym's atmosphere when he got back?
Oh my God, it's electric. Just how proud I am of that. Of him because like I'm there every day in the gym with him, and we're sweating, we're putting in work, and he worked his ass off, and it showed in that fight. Stayed composed, outstruck him, looked so smooth, so calm and collected. Like it was just another day in the gym for him, and he just looked amazing. And everyone was just, it's like you feel the electricity, like the energy. Everyone's just like just like the morale just got super high. It was amazing.
Yeah, do you feed off that a lot, from your teammates going out and, getting these big wins?
Yeah, because I'm in the gym every day with them, and they're trying to strangle me or trying to hit me or kick me, all that. We're doing rounds, so it's like sometimes what they're delivering on me, then they do it on their opponent. So I'm like, yes, yes, that's what you hit me with.
It's almost like it's a piece of you out there,
Yeah.
performing with them, right?
Yeah, it's like when, even though it's one person in that cage, he's going in, we're all in there no matter what. We're all just, like one big family. So we're all in there with him as he's fighting.
Yeah, let's talk about that family you have, the team that you guys have built at Tiger Schulmann. It has been incredible. How is it training day in and day out with those killers at the highest level?
Oh, man, it's always just, it's always an exciting time because, you get in there, we're putting in work, and either somebody's like, we have our coach, Tiger Schulmann's showing us some stuff, or, we have somebody, we have a couple of, great jiu-jitsu guys in there, and, everyone's just, like, so diverse. So, they're always trying to learn as much as we can, and they're either showing some new moves or working some technique, and it's just like we're always there. We're always there grinding. So even if we don't have fights, you know, we're there to help somebody else get ready for their fight, whether it's an amateur fight, pro fight, doesn't matter. So we're always there just putting in work. And it's always just a lot of fun because we always, when it's non-training, when we're kind of like not in camp, we kind of got to get to mess around a little bit and, play a little bit more. So we really have fun just kind of trying to outdo each other. But then when it's like fight camp, I mean, we're all just like there, just putting the sweat, putting in the work. So it's always exciting in there.
The general of your team, Tiger Schulmann, how much of an impact has he had on your overall MMA game and in life in general?
It's well, I've started with them. I've been with them for 17 years. So I started as a fat chubby kid. I wasn't really looking into fighting. I was just looking to accomplish some personal goals for myself as a overweight 13-year-old. So now years later, then my coaches, Tiger Schulmann's and my instructors, everybody just they saw the potential in me, and from there on, now I started my amateur career when I turned 18, and then from there went pro. Then now here I am, and here we all are because all of us started pretty much at the same time in the amateur level, all competing in the same circuit, and then now we're at the highest level. So it's amazing.
You guys basically have like a short Netflix special you guys could put together on all the fighters on your team.
Pretty much, it's insane. Everyone has their own story, but it's amazing because like how we all just came together. Now we're at the highest level. You got Jimmy Rivera, who's he's 5 or 4th in the world. You got Lyman Good. You got Shane, who's now top 10. You got Mike Trezano, who's up there. I myself, I was there. I made it to that level. We have former UFC fighters, Nick Pace, Louis Gaudino, and we're coming up. We're coming up. So it's great to see. When a lot of people were kind of doubting Tiger Schulmann's, now look where we are. We're at the highest level.
Let's get into your recent fight, UFC 230. It was a bloodbath, very entertaining for the fans. Take me through that fight and explain how you saw it.
Well, one, I left a clone of myself in that cage. So it was pretty crazy. It's all from a tiny little cut, like little elbow that he hit me with, like right here. But other than that, like the fight could have gone either way. We both left it out there. I think, maybe the judges saw it more Shaman's way because he dropped me twice and there was a lot of blood. But I know, like towards the last couple rounds, I started coming back. So there was really no loser in that fight. It was just like we both left it out there, and whoever ended up getting it, I was fine with that because I gave it all. I gave it everything I had. Plus, like I said, I left a part of myself in that cage. So it's a learning experience. I gained a lot from it, and now it's just moving forward.
When you look at that fight, it was a split decision, so it meant it was very close, and everybody thought it was close. But one of the judges gave it 30-26, and I thought that was crazy. What was going through your mind when you heard that?
Like I sometimes I just don't know with these judges. It's like they have look at Shane's fight. Somebody put it 30-27 for Cub. I'm like, and you even see it on Shane's face. He's like, what? It's like, really? It's like, some of these guys don't know what they're looking at, and then, we're out there trying to lay it all out on the line, and they give you a score like that. So it kind of screws you over because then you don't really know. You could have dominated the entire fight, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, well, how did this guy get around? That could have been that. You could have just gotten completely screwed out of a decision. So I don't know with these judges, man. It's like they'll eventually, hopefully, they'll get it together. So and have better scoring, but what can you do?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned that this fight, you left it all in the cage. Even though it's a loss on paper, do you think it adds more to your confidence and kind of continues the momentum that you have built with the first two fights in the UFC?
Yeah, I mean, look, Shaman hit me with like two blistering right hands that put me on my back. And I think at any point I could have just been like, you know what, forget it. I'm bloody. This dude just hit me hard, and I was like, forget that. I'm like, you're going to have to hit me with the kitchen sink to put me away right now. It's like, I'm going to keep coming. Like, I'm going to keep fighting all the way till the end. Like, I'm going to make sure it's like you got to hit me with everything. It's pretty much like, do or die now. It's like, let's go. So it was very, very intense fight, and it was just a great learning experience because I learned a lot about, myself, the things that I can fix and I can adjust. So, I think this fight did me a lot because it also gained a lot of. I think it put a lot of eyes on me because it showed people what I was capable of. I didn't just fall down and just that's it. It's like I just got up and kept going. I found a way. I was trying to find a way to win, even when the cards were stacked against me.
That fight was last November. What did you get into before you got this next fight signed?
For me, I was just, the moment I healed up after that last fight, I just went back to the training room because I had a bunch of my teammates getting ready for fights, some of the amateurs getting ready for fights. And I was just back in the gym, and I was actually trying to get some fights before that. I was trying to get on the Florida card, but then that didn't go through. And then I would have fought in Ottawa with my teammate Shane, but I think that fell through as well, like in a day. So in a way, I was just trying to stay in shape and stay ready because, I just wanted to get back in there. I just wanted, I didn't want to be on the shelf for too long. So I was just looking, get another opponent. Let's get back in there. Let's get back on track and keep going. It took a little longer, but look, now I have an opponent. And I'm fighting with my teammate Mike Trezano on May 18th, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it seems like the UFC, they don't want you to fight outside of New York. It's kind of funny, right?
I don't mind. To drive away. Look, when I fought at the Garden, I was only a train ride away from home. I could sleep in my apartment and then just come back and fight. So I don't mind. Nice. Pretty fine with me.
Well, speaking of fighting, your next fight, UFC Rochester. Your opponent is Julian Erosa. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, look, he's a bad game. He was in the Ultimate Fighter. He's got a lot of fights under his belt, but it's go time. It's gonna be a fight. I know he's a taller fighter, but we're the first fight. I think we're the first fight on the card. It's gonna be a banger. I can't wait. Look, I know he's gonna be bringing his all. I'm gonna be bringing my all. We're gonna make an exciting night, and that's it. And I'm looking to just walk away with my hand raised in victory and get back on track.
Yeah, you mentioned he is a tall guy, over 6 feet tall. A lot of the commentators or the pundits or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna focus on that, right? They're gonna focus. He's got the longer reach. He's got to utilize that, all that stuff. But what
Yeah.
do you think are the disadvantages to being such a tall, long fighter?
You know what? It's like I notice he kind of sometimes drops his hands, but like anybody can adjust things throughout their camp. There's a couple things that I see. I'm guessing with a taller fighter, when somebody gets that close, it's being able to fight on the inside, right? I don't know. Maybe he's more susceptible to takedowns. I saw in his last fight with Grant Dawson that Dawson kept taking him down. So, maybe the stuff that he's probably adjusted, but I got to be ready to deal with every aspect of it, from being in long distance to being close range to being on the ground to clinching up with them, whatever it is. It's like, I've just prepared for it, every scene that he can give me right now. And I can't wait to just get in there and just leave it all out in that cage again.
Throughout the handful of fights in the UFC, has there been anything new you have implemented into your training to take you to the next level?
Yeah, actually, we actually have a couple teammates that have been training. We have two like really world class, jiu-jitsu champions, and they come and train with us, and they're working their striking because they want to really go into the MMA game, and so we'll roll with them, and they helped improve our jiu-jitsu dramatically. It's one of our guys his name is Munch. His first name is Mancher, so we call him Munch, but he's in the amateurs now. He's doing kickboxing because his jiu-jitsu game is already at a high level. So he's building his striking game with us, and then when he goes pro, he's going to be a monster to watch out for. And then, he brings his teammate, Dillon Danis, sometimes comes in and trains with us. And then we also have this 185er who's a ridiculous wrestler, Phil Hawes, he's fighting at the Madison Square Garden in Bellator. And, he's a ridiculous wrestler, ridiculously strong, freaking sharp. He actually just fought at the Garden in a kickboxing fight and stopped his guy with low kicks, just low kicks. Low kick the crap out of him. It's ridiculous. But, we keep building. Our team keeps building. We keep getting better and better and better, and we're taking ourselves to that next level. So, sometimes our coach Tiger brings people from the outside to come and spar with us, come and wrestle with us, come and do jiu-jitsu with us. And, we're really getting just training from the outside, from within our team, and we're all stepping it up a lot. We also have this thing called Counterstrike MMA, which is his name is Dr. Frank Benedetto, and he's been teaching us also, just besides training this hard, injury prevention. So then, we're trained this hard, and sometimes, we're susceptible to injuries. How to just stay injury-free, right? So then throughout the training camp, you're healthy, you're good to go. So he's been a real help, so a lot of strength and conditioning. We have one of my coaches, Coach Asia Campbell, she's putting me through strength training. So the team has been building, and it's been amazing. It's been great.
You mentioned Dillon Danis. When he comes into the gym and you see him do his thing online, is he the same, or he kind of knows how to separate that, right?
Yeah, he's a freaking cool dude. He's a chill guy. I think of course, look, he gets his name out. People talk about him, but look, we've trained. He comes and rolls with us. Dude is so cool. Dude, man, it's super chill. But look, if you want to get your name out there, people have to put a certain persona. So, hey, look, he got his name out there, and people know him. People talk about him. His jiu-jitsu is ridiculous, but I love training with him. He comes in, you roll, and you learn a lot from him. Learn a lot from Munch too, because they're both teammates. So, they help improve our jiu-jitsu, and then we help them improve their striking level. So it's like we're all helping each other just improve and just taking it to the next level.
This is going to be your first fight of 2019. How many more fights do you see yourself, fighting, and where do you see yourself at the end of the year?
Hopefully, I'm seeing myself fighting at least 2 more times, get 3 fights during the year, maybe a 4th one. I don't know, depending the outcome of the fights. And I'm looking to, break into the top 15. And really I just want to put in work. And there's a lot of, the featherweight division is stacked, and there's a lot of monsters in that division. So it's if I can get a fight and then keep it going, that'd be great. I just don't want to have be on the shelf for X amount of time.
All right. One last thing before I let you go. Music and sports, they go together. Could you kind of give us a peek into your playlist, during training camp?
Well, I'm not the DJ when we're in training. We have my teammate Jimmy Rivera usually controls the DJ. We listen to some old country road music. We listen to some rap. We listen to some rock. It's always a different mix. You don't know what to expect. Sometimes there might be some NSYNC playing. Who knows? All I know is he controls that playlist. He puts a good playlist, and we're just there to put in work and just have a good time.
All right, man. May 18th, UFC on ESPN Plus 10, Rochester, New York. Thank you, Julio, for your time, and good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Take care, man. Thank you for having me.